Algebra 1, Section 6.1, we're dealing with integer exponents. So in this case, we're dealing with positive exponents, negative exponents, and zero exponents. And exponents are the ones to the power of. So when we're dealing with to the power of, 3 to the power of 3 means I don't multiply 3 times 3. I multiply 3 times by itself, 3 times. So this number tells me how many times I multiply this. So to the power of 3 means 3 times 3 times 3, which gives me 27. If it was 4, then it would be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay? Negative exponents, it could be new or something you're exposed to or not exposed to. Basically, there's a negative on the top one. It's basically telling me that it's 1 over 3 to the positive 3. So once I put it in a fraction, once I put it under 1, then this 3 becomes a positive. And now it's just the opposite. It's 1 over 3 times 3 times 3, which is 1 over 27. Zero exponent is very simple. 3 to the power of 0 is just, it's 1. Yeah. Sorry, anything to the power of 3, to the power of 0 is just 1. So let's try. 4 to the power of negative 3 is 1 over 4 to the power of 3, which is 1 over 4 times 4 times 4, which is, Miss P should know this. I'm going to pull out my calculator. So 1 over 64. Okay? 7 to the power of 0 is just 1. Okay? Now, here is a common mistake that's made. We have parentheses, negative 5, and then we have negative 5 to the same power. Okay? These actually give you different answers, because with the parentheses, that negative is included to the negative 4. Without the parentheses, that negative 4 only applies to the 5. So here's the difference. Negative 5 to the power of 4 means that this number in front of 5 is negative 1. So I'm going to take negative 1 to the power of negative 4 and then positive 5. I'm going to separate the negative to the power of negative 4. So this is, because it's negative, I'm going to then do 1 over negative 1 to the power of 4 and 5 to the power of 4. Okay? Negative 1 to the power of 4, negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1, times another negative 1 is a negative 1, times another 1 is a positive 1. So this will be positive, okay? So this would just be 1 times 5 to the 4th, 5 to the 4th is 625. So our answer is 1 over 625. Okay? With negative 4, without the parentheses, I don't have to distribute. You see how I distributed this to the negative 1? I don't have to distribute it to the negative 1 anymore. So this negative just stays there, right? And this whole thing still goes 1 over. The negative stays there, because I don't do anything with it, because this negative 4 only applies to this. I do 5 to the 4th. So this gives me negative 1 over 625. Right? So number 5 is saying that negative 2a to the 0, b to the negative 4, they want us to evaluate. So we're going to have negative 2 times 5 to the 0, times, this is all times negative 3, so the whole, this is in parentheses because b represents all, to the negative 4. Okay? So with that, I end up with negative 2 times 5. This is the same thing as 1, so I end up with negative 2, right? And this is 1 over, and since there's that negative in parentheses, I'm going to put negative 1 to the 4th and 3 to the 4th. This gives me negative 4 times negative 4 negative 1 to the 4th is positive. So I have positive 1 times 3 to the 4th is 81. Okay, and then negative 2 is on top because I'm multiplying it by top. So negative 2. So my answer is negative 2 over 81. And I can't simplify it, so that's my answer. Sorry about that. Hopefully we have enough room. The last one is asking me a to the power of 0, which is 1. Okay, times, so you see how there's a negative here? So I've already done this. I need to apply this, b to the negative 2. Well, b to the negative 2, to make it positive, I have to put it on the bottom. So it becomes b to the positive 2, so I use this up. C to the negative 3, this means that since this is already in the bottom, then it's the negative and negative. So then I put it on top, okay? I put it on the opposite. This is already on the bottom and it's negative. That means on top is c to the 3rd. And d to the 6th stays the same because I don't move that at all. So my answer, 1 times c cubed is c cubed over b squared d to the 6th. Right? So go ahead and write that down. Go ahead and try page 395, numbers 10 and 19, 395, numbers 10 and 19. I will see you in class.